Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 23rd to the 29th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which gets it seen by more people. So, thank you so very much. And as always, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. Let's begin. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. I love how your cards are just falling right out. It's like, okay, I'm here. I know what I want to say. I know what I need to say. Fantastic. So we are crowned here. Hold on one moment. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that, guys. They just kick everything. All right, we are crowned here by the Five of Pentacles. So here it says challenges and growth. And the challenges have brought the growth. And that's what we're going to see within us. We're going to see that we are transforming. But the Five of Pentacles is a poverty mentality. It's feeling on the outside looking in. And if I can tell you, we were so done with this energy, but it kind of comes up to like haunt us almost, coming in there being like, oh, don't you remember that you can't succeed, achieve because of XYZ? Just be mindful about this because you don't need that type of negativity in your life. You just don't. You then have the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is, and they all live happily ever after. It's really coming into yourself. It's stepping into your happiness. It's knowing what you love and what you want. And that's a huge thing. We then have the Magician reversed. So it's very interesting. Be mindful during this week that we can have negative self-talk. We can look at ourselves, look at things, and just be a little bit harsh on ourselves. So that's going to be very important to step back and say, hey, listen, 10 of Cups, embracing my prosperity, my success, my power, my abundance, me. I matter. Because when we look at the Magician reverse, it's like, do I? It's having trouble standing before the altar of our existence and embracing our uniqueness, Scorpio. We weren't designed to fit in. We weren't designed to blend in. We were designed to stand out. And that is going to be very important. We then have the Six of Cups. Now, we can have nostalgia coming in pretty hard during this time. So just be very mindful about this. It could be making us sad. It could be making us feel overwhelmed. Things were never as good as when, once upon a time. But it can also come in the negative sense of the nostalgia that I will never measure up, that I was never enough in this situation or that situation. So just be mindful that the past wants to come in and trip us up to make us feel like we cannot move forward in the power of the present. And we have to look at it and say, no. So then we have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups reverse is very much, this sense of I've had my wishes, I've had what I desire come forward, but I don't see it manifesting, right? I've come so close, and then I feel like I'm back at square one. I'm back at the starting line. It brings us then to the Knight of Swords, and I love that in this, it kind of sounds, melancholy in a sense of like, oh, I'm never going to be where I want to be. I'm never going to achieve the way that I want to achieve. And then the Knight of Swords comes in, and it's like, I'm the hero of the story. I'm moving us forward. It's action, it's focus, it's determination. It is this real sense of, oh no, I got this and I know it. And then it brings us to being a student. This is a time where, as much as we would like to know everything, Scorpio, as much as we would like to have all the answers and have it nicely, laid out in little lines that are easy to follow, the page of cups is us in the minor arcana. It is connecting with our inner child. It is saying, this is my heart, this is what I love, this is what I want, this is what I need to be, and this is what I've loved and wanted for a very long time. So if we have air sign energy, air sign energy in our chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, know, Scorpio, that this part of our personality comes through very powerfully, or if we have air sign energies in our life. And then we have the King of Wands. Now, we can be very drawn to people during this time who have a fire to them, okay? A sparkle, a fire, a blaze. Like they are ablaze with energy and determination and focus. And it's just like they've got it. They have the answers. And we don't feel like we do. So this is going to be a time where we can really rather very easily want to acquiesce to somebody else and be like, oh, well, they know, they understand, they've got this. And the fact of the matter is, they don't know any more than you. Actually, you, just by the nature of being a Scorpio, are more spiritually attuned. Now, whether you embrace that spiritual alignment or not, it's all up to you in your journey. But this person is going to want you to think, wow, I'm awesome. With the King of Wands reversed, there's a fire, there's a passion, there's a determination, but it's all consuming. This is a person who, when they love, oh my gosh, they'll love bomb you. Like, you will be the person they call all the time. They'll just, be connecting with you, and oh, you're so wonderful. You're everything I've ever imagined. And then they'll just go cold turkey. Like, they'll just stop dead. Like, they will not call, they will not text, they will not get in contact with you. And you'll be like, wait a minute, you went from convincing me to be, so excited about this, to absolutely ignoring my existence. Like, what the heck is going on here? So do be mindful about that with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is also somebody who has a really bad temper. They can be really, really fun, right? But when things get real, or when they have to start showing up for things, they can have a bad temper. They can turn on a dime. They can have a bad way of handling things. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, it must be me, because they're so fun, right? They were so fun. And this was so great. And this was so, like, I felt seen. And this doesn't mean just with romantic relationships, though that is the way that Spirit is stating it. So it could be even somebody from our past if we're in a relationship now. But it can be somebody who wants to be a business partner, who, wants to be our friend. It's just going to be somebody who comes on really, really strong, and then just, like, hides away, just kind of taps out. So just be aware of this during this time, that this is a powerful time for us, because what we're looking at here is embracing what we love. It's a week. And you might say, well, it looks like a horrible week, Dane, and I hate this. Okay. But I highly suggest you step back just a moment and see the 10 of Cups, which is one of the best cards that you can possibly get. And it is us. We are represented by the cups in the minor arcana. So we have ourselves coming forward as the Page of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups here. We have joy, we have prosperity, we have happiness, we have being a student, we have learning. We're not going to get what we crossed our fingers, wished for. That doesn't mean that we don't get what we want. It just means that we don't get everything we want, or what winds up being really great that we get, we didn't think we needed, or we weren't even looking at. So just being aware of this. And the past comes in, the past comes in as it always does. And sometimes it comes in and it makes us feel all happy and secure. And it's like, wow, I was surrounded by that loving, beautiful energy, and it really empowers me and moves me forward. And sometimes it's just sad. Sometimes we're just like, oh man, I miss that. Or, oh man, I wish I could go back in time and relive that moment again. That would be so awesome. And we can get melancholy. But knowing here that melancholy is going to try and, like, keep us off track, keep us from seeing our magic, keep us from seeing ourselves, that's going to be really important, because it can make us a bit apathetic. It just can. It's just going to be like, oh, well, I'll do that later. And we can live a lot in our own mind during this time, Scorpio. So just be mindful about this, because this is a powerful, beautiful time for us, and we need to seize it. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, please put a rose in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random, so hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when the winner is announced. All right. Oh, and if you would like to purchase a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. Here we have authentic. It's time to be us. It is time to say, you know what? I've tried it your way. I've tried, and I felt like I failed, but I didn't fail. I was just never meant to be dancing this dance, or, following the script, or whatever metaphor we want to use for fitting in with the herd of everybody else. Everybody else is a white sheep. You were meant to be a rainbow sheep. Dance the jig, have fun, just be you. And here, it's embracing your authenticity. It's like, this is going to be a time where you actually get to a boiling point and you're like, enough is stinking enough. I'm done with this. I'm moving forward for me. I'm not playing this game anymore. And everybody else can take a long walk off a short pier. And that's going to be your energy during this week, after you have a little bit of, like, melancholy, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, things aren't going my way, and why am I even trying so hard? Just know that energy comes in, right? And we feel like, oh, I always fail. We're crowned with the 5 of Pentacles. I always fail. I never get to, achieve, succeed the way that I want to. And it's like, no. Spirit has big plans for you. And sometimes with those big plans comes being tested. And I know you're going to write, I'm so tired of being tested. I get it. I totally get it. But it doesn't mean that Spirit stops it. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is grounding reverse. One of the reasons why we feel so kind of untethered during this time is because we have a blockage in our earth star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. We need to connect with the earth. Bare feet on the earth can be fabulous for us. Or if you don't want bare feet on the earth and we go out in our socks, I know it's like, oh no, now I have to wash my socks. But go out in your socks and stand on the ground. That would be very, very, very beneficial, and not concrete, right? Just on the earth if you can. Also, looking at how am I nurturing myself? How am I setting down my roots for me? How am I growing? How am I connecting? What do I want? And always, whenever Spirit brings, this grounding earth star chakra card forward, Spirit always says you cannot be a cactus planted in a forest. You cannot be an oak planted in the desert. It just doesn't work. You have to know who you are and then embrace your energy. And I know that we spend a lifetime finding out who we are and connecting. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that the page of Pentacles here is you and your inner child coming together. And there's a power of you seeing you, recognizing you, moving forward with you, Scorpio, that changes the game, that moves you in a direction you kind of didn't think you were going to be able to embark on, you were going to be able to embrace. And there is a true and unbelievable power to you during this time. It moves us to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have, oh, that's funny. So we have the King of Wands coming through again. Okay, really seriously, charmer. King of Wands is a charmer, and you would not expect this person to have a bad temper. They come across so fun. They come across so light, so airy, so passionate. So, oh my gosh. So just be mindful about this. But we're also being told to be mindful of getting in our own way, which makes perfect sense as we seem to be a bit in our head and overfeeling things, which as a water sign energy, people overthink things, we overfeel things. It's like that's what we do. And then we can overthink the emotions, but it all starts off with really intense feelings coming forward. So just being aware of this, also being aware that you could be meeting somebody, right? Or you can be having a relationship with someone. It comes across more romantic, but this can be in any sort of circumstance, however it resonates with you. You two are equals, okay? You're both kings. You're not, a king and a queen, a king and a prince, a king and, a page. That's not it. Or a king and a knight, right? That's not it. You are both equal. And it is that equality that is hard to be seen, all right? And that is going to be something that needs to be worked on. It's like we stand as equals, and that's going to be something that one person wants to have more power than the other. All right, so just being aware of this during this time is going to be super important. 5 of Pentacles, challenges. It's challenges. It's feeling like I'm on the outside looking in, and I will always be on the outside looking in. And what I really want and what I really desire in my life is always pushed further and further and further out until I might as well just jump off a cliff as, close I'm getting to my dreams. So just be aware of this, that this is intense. The 5 of Pentacles is always intense. But what we're going to start to look at here is this is about finances, right? Money, what we value as much as money. And we can feel like I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not achieving. I'm not succeeding. I'm not there. And even if we are there, like even if people are looking in and thinking, wow, Scorpio, go you, you're doing great. We are holding ourselves to such high expectations that we don't see it. We're like, oh, no, not good enough. Close enough is not good enough. This is not okay. So being mindful with the 5 of, oh my gosh, 5 of Acorns. This is the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is the 5 of Wands is not the poverty mentality. The 5 of Wands is fighting for the sake of fighting. It's nonsense for the sake of nonsense. And I just stopped because I was like, wait a minute, the 5 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Okay, so here with this, okay, so Spirit had, and why I will not be stopping this and starting again, is because Spirit had such a strong focus on the 5 of Pentacles, which would be the 5 of Crystals in this deck. Okay. We feel like we are in a challenging situation because we are in a challenging situation. And this is fighting. This is fighting for the sake of fighting. This is, pettiness for the sake of pettiness. And because we feel like we haven't measured up, we feel like I have to be part of this fight. Like I have to be part of this fight. What is going to be so important for us, Scorpio, is when we look at things and we say, I'm not fighting this anymore. Like you can fight. You guys can spend your time duking this out. I'm done. And you're going to call out the pettiness. And you're going to call out the jealousies. And you're going to see that you transform. And it brings you to this place of happiness. It brings you to this place of calm. And it also, like, the magician is reversed, right? Because we're being really, really hard on ourselves. And it's like, I can stand before the altar of my existence and claim my power only when I'm perfect. And it's like, well, you'll never be perfect, so you never get to claim it. Here, it is looking at ourselves, and it's a willingness to embrace our power, to embrace our soul, to embrace us and say, I'm here. I'm here. I'm showing up. And that's 99% of the whole entire battle. And with the Six of Cups, yeah, the past comes in and it's harsh and it's intense and it's overwhelming and, it wants to pull us backwards. We can't walk backwards. Walking backwards never quite works out the way we think it will. I mean, sometimes it works out great for people and you hear those stories of they connected, online over, whatever, like after not being together for 40 years and it was fantastic. And those stories are beautiful. But here, this is saying if you get pulled into the past too much, it's not going to be in the beautiful way. It's going to be in the, this is hard, overwhelming type of way. And it won't be embracing our joy. It won't be. It will be making things harder for us. So just being very mindful about that during this time. Honoring, loving our past, connecting with it. Because Scorpio, that's also who we are. We are a lover of our past. We are a connector of our hearts. And that is just a powerful part of us and our story. But not being pulled down into the sorrow of it is going to be really, really, really important. And if you're saying, Dade, I don't even know what you're talking about, then that's not for you. But for somebody here who's listening, oh my gosh, you need to know this. You need to know it because it's now time. It's now time to heal. And especially for those, I'm getting choked up here, especially for those who have lost somebody, right? Or even in the process of losing somebody. And it's just hard. And you feel like you're pulled in 18 million directions and it's overwhelming. Know that you are stronger than you ever imagined you could possibly be. And you've got this. You've got this. Don't look at the past for answers. Look forward. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm seeing this differently. Oh, I get this. Oh, that's what that meant. Look forward. That's going to be so important because we're asking for little signs, right? It's kind of like crossing our fingers. It's kind of like, well, if that light blinks 3 times, it means, X, Y, Z. We're asking for little signs and we're not going to get them, but we are going to get big signs. So just be aware of this, that we can be so focused looking at the little things that it's like, oh no, but something big is coming because there's an energy that's coming forward. Now, this is hero energy, and I really see us during this time, Scorpio, as being a hero of our own story, of looking at our power, our tenacity, taking the reins, charging forward, and saying, I'm slaying my dragons. I am moving forward in the power that is me, and nothing and no one is going to stop me. And it brings us to this place of connecting with our inner child, doing the inner child meditation, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And seeing yourself as the adult you are now. Holding your arms open to the child that you once were. And letting that child run into your arms. And swooping them up in the biggest hug. And saying, I love you. I will always love you. I will always be here for you. I will always listen to you. And I will always connect with you. You are the greatest love of my life. And I will never let you go. And it brings us to the King of Wands. And the King of Wands tried to beat us down, tried to make us forget how powerful we are. Now, this can also be that we're going through a huge transformation here, and that energy also very much shows that we are transforming, and it is a transformation to take a reverse magician and put it in the upright position and claim our magic and claim our power and claim ourselves, but the fire and tenacity of us also needs to be claimed. We can want everything to be calm and quiet and steady, right? Water sign energies like that. But There's also a ferocity to us. We are the rapids. We are, the hurricanes. We are intensity as well. And so, no, during this time, we can have a bit of a temper. We can be frustrated. We can get in our own way and then be frustrated and get angry. And that's just not helping us. It's putting us in a vicious cycle. So being aware of this is going to be super important during this time. And then when we're really upset, we could want to get into the petty, nonsense fights, because they're petty nonsense fights, but it gets out our aggression. It makes us feel like, oh, I've accomplished something. So just be mindful about this. And we are fighting against, again, feeling like I'm on the outside looking in, and I will always be on the outside looking in. And Spirit is saying, Scorpio, that is a bold-faced lie. It is. You are never meant to spend your life on the outside looking in. But your happiness and your joy and your beauty is meant to shine through. And it's not going to look like everybody else's. Finding your, like, as people say, finding your tribe, right? Embracing your authenticity. Here, standing in your power, standing in your authenticity, embracing the beauty of you. That's just what this time is all about. And saying to everybody else, I don't care. I don't really care. This is who I am. Like it? Great. Don't like it? Don't care. And Scorpio, here's the kicker. We mean it. We absolutely mean it. I don't care. And that will take people aback. You can even say, I don't care. Like, I don't care about this. Like, I'm not getting involved in this. So just being aware of that is going to be super important and super beautiful for you. Our subconscious spirit message here is confidence. And during this week, that is what we're going to be moving towards with tenacity and assurance and, wobbly with legs, like at times like a little fawn, getting up to walk. But we are embracing our confidence and we are starting to see ourselves again. And that is like, like hot damn. I mean, seriously, it's like, and excuse my language, but seriously, it's like, I've been waiting for this. And yeah, the reading started off with like wobbly legs and like, whoa, there was a lot of doubt, a lot of fear. But this is also going to be a time of a lot of, well, what's the worst that can happen? I fail. Like, and the sentiment is like, again, I fail again. Oh, please. Like, I've fallen so many times. I'm used to this. I can get back up and I will get back up. And that is just a power. That is you. And that's going to be what kind of throws people off is that you don't stay down. They think, and you're dealing with somebody here who's a bit of a narcissist, who's a bit of a control freak, who wants to see you fail. And you're like, no, not really interested in that now. Thanks for the offer, but I'm not gonna. It moves us then to our subconscious. Yeah, we have a blockage in our Earth Star chakra. This is again the Earth Star chakra, and it is rebirth. And that's just what we were talking about. You are being reborn. And we're like, I don't know, I'm afraid. I don't really want to. Even though I'm not happy here, I know here. What if something bad happens, somewhere else? I know here. So looking at this during this time and tapping, I don't know why I'm seeing tapping on the bottom of your feet, but I would tap on the bottom of your feet and just embrace, or visualize tapping on the bottom of your feet and just embrace yourself being reborn like a butterfly. And you're changing your circumstances. You're changing your life during this time. That's what you're doing, Scorpio. And it brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. And can't make this stuff up. It's the Five of Wands reverse. The Five of Wands, which was lovingly called the Five of Pentacles for most of this reading, is reversed here. And it is that sense of like, I'm walking away from this fighting, from this bitterness, from this chaos, from this, and it's kind of like play fighting, right? It's not kind of. This is play fighting. These are, young boys who got together, got sticks, and we're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit you with this. And it's going to be so much fun. And they're like, yeah, this is going to be great. And then it's not great because somebody starts getting hurt or somebody got hurt and then they got mad and then it just got out of hand. And we've all, been there, seen this, been there, done that, got the t-shirt type of thing. And here with the Five of Wands, it is going to be the sense of like, I'm not doing this anymore. I have no desire to be in this pettiness, in this chaos. I don't want it. And so you're also going to see that you separate yourself from others. And it's going to be because my energy vibration and your energy vibration, they don't match. I don't like it. And I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I just feel drained and lessened all the time. It moves us then to our subconscious. Yeah, there we are. our subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Pentacles reverse. That's the Pentacles energy that comes in. And the King of Pentacles can be so focused on, getting ahead financially, making everything work, getting everything aligned so that there's never a fear of things falling apart again. Or there's always in the back of the mind the fear of things falling apart. But if I make it so secure, I can make sure that I'm always safe. And yet, sometimes things happen that are just completely out of our control. And it's intense. And with the king, we have so much king energy. We have all king energy to be mindful of. We then have the king of wands here. We have the king of pentacles here. Both kings, though reversed, okay, are both practicality kings. They are the kings of the waking world. And we need the dreaming world a bit more. We need our imagination. We need the world of creativity and construction and insight and endlessness and openness here. And that is going to be so important for us. And that's going to be a game changer. So being aware of this during this time, and also knowing this is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, things can be quite intense. So being aware of that, but knowing here that we can be so practical and we can want to be so practical that we forget that we're also, natural dreamers, and we need that dreaming element of ourselves to move things forward and transform our world. All right, Scorpio. All right, Spirit has brought us on such a wild ride here with this one. I am so happy to have been able to share this reading with you. It is powerful. It is beautiful. This looks like it is such a lovely week for you, but it's also a really intense week, which is how it goes. But there's just that sense of like, I'm the hero of my own story. You can also meet somebody along the way who is really going to be like the white knight person in your life, most definitely. But it's once you decide that I'm the hero of my story and I'm slaying the dragons, that's it, I'm done, that everything else is kind of going to fall into alignment. It's going to take a bit. It is. It's not going to happen tomorrow, though I hope for everybody it does. But it's going to take a bit. But you're going to see that it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know life could be this good. And I didn't know it could be this sweet. So, yeah. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Scorpio, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.